Hey, Steve, can you come down?
Yeah, absolutely.
Your first last name and spelling.
It's Steve Lefave, and it's Lefave.
And Steve, what's your title?
Curator of Elephants.
Okay. And how long have you been with the Oregon Zoo?
About 3+ years.
Okay.
It's 3 years in
Joe,
October.
can you,
Steve, obviously pretty exciting. Now, you've been with the zoo for just over 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the first baby elephant you've seen born at the Oregon Zoo in your tenure. What's it like?
It's amazing. So this is a great gift for us, great gift for the herd, and obviously for the community. We're very excited to have this arrival occur, and I don't know what else to say except what an amazing experience to be there and be able to support our elephant.
Now, how big was the elephant?
Well, she's actually the smallest calf that Rose has had so far, but the right size, if you will. So it made the birth very simple for her. The process was very smooth, and she did such an amazing job. We're so proud of Rose and how she took care of her calf from the very beginning.
Okay. We're talking with Hova before we got here. You're not sure if it's a male or female?
Correct. We're still waiting to confirm that, and we'll let everybody know once we know.
And so, how many elephants now are going to be at the zoo?
That'll be 6 total. So 2 boys and now 4 girls, which is very exciting. Well, 4 girls if we get lucky and can confirm the sex. So.
How are you guys going to go about naming it?
We have a process where the keepers are picking the names, and then we'll do a tiebreaker in some form or fashion in the future.
Any idea when you'll know the sex?
Hopefully soon. So we want to have the calf in hand for an exam before we do that. And we're working with Rose to do that and make sure that she's confident and comfortable with that. Since the calf's very healthy, we don't need to do anything. So we're on Rose time now to get that to happen.
Steve, just to follow up on that, in other
Yes.
words, there's obviously you can with binoculars, etc.
Yeah.
People would say, how come you can't tell?
Well, with young elephants this age, the parts are hard to identify from a distance, even with binoculars and so forth. So we like to make sure everything's palpated, if you will, till we can make sure. That's really the long and short of it. Sometimes they'll fool you from a distance, so it can be a challenge.
How long for the name?
How long the process takes will remain to be seen, but hopefully soon.
Now,
The exact time.
I'm sorry if I'm wrong about this, but was the calf born early or was it right on time?
Right on time. So she was within her birth window. It's just the earliest that she's had, but perfectly healthy. And the size, all the exercise we did with Rose and, controlling the diet. So our nutritionist doing such a great job with that, and our vets helping take care of them, help help Rose be super healthy and be ready for this calf to come.
So Rose 2 now has what, 3?
This will be her 3rd calf, which is great because she's had that experience, so she was able to manage this all on her own. We were just here for support.
Steve, at what point does she get introduced to the herd?
As soon as possible. So we're making sure that mom and calf are bonded, nursing's going well, and then we'll start a process where, it's a little bit controlled, so we make sure everybody's happy and comfortable and safe, and then very quickly they'll start going together full time, and hopefully we'll have them together overnight very soon.
Does that sort of mimic what happens in the wild, or?
To a degree, yes. In this space with these girls and their experience, you have to take the individual's experience into account, and we're just extra cautious with it, the little baby. And if somebody gets too excited, you don't want anybody to get hurt in that process. So giving them a chance to see the baby where Rose can go away. So a lot of this is for Rose's comfort. So as you see earlier when she has access away, like with us being in here, she can choose to not be there if she doesn't want to. And then she can engage as she likes. So if, say, one of the herd mates is getting a little too excited, she can just walk away. And then once we see everybody's comfortable and calm, then they get to go together, which, again, hopefully it's very soon. That's our next big step.
Obviously,
Steve, how do you prevent this calf from going the route of Lily, and who died of a virus? That was the last calf.
Right.
What did you learn? What's going to be different?
We've learned a lot of things. The big thing is that our vet staff has done a great job at getting us ready for that. We have partnerships that I think Dr. Carlos would be better at talking about. We have things set in place to set us up for the best possible outcomes for this calf.
What about ownership? Zoos have a long history here of controversy with the elephant program.
Yeah.
The last calf turned out to be contracted to a traveling zoo. What about this one? Who owns this elephant?
Well, the Oregon Zoo owns the calf technically, but she belongs to this herd, or if it's a she. I keep saying she, we're hopeful, but if it's a female, it will live with us the rest of its life. If it's a male, males tend to go off when they get into their teens and a little bit older, so they get a chance to breed and be around other elephants. It mimics natural behavior and how the herd dynamic in the wild, if you will. Elephant society requires those young boys to go away so they don't breed moms again. It's sort of a natural way to manage genetics, if you will.
In other words, so not necessarily will it stay here, but it will stay within the zoo population?
Absolutely, yeah.
And Steve, you have obviously you've been able to get too close, but you have any idea how much this calf weighed?
We're thinking close to 200 pounds, maybe a little bit less. It's hard to tell till we get it on a scale, but we'll see soon enough. We're working on that. We're actually getting some progress with exam and so forth. So we're pretty excited to get those facts and metrics for everybody. But right now, the most important thing is Rose and the calf being comfortable here and with us and with the herd and everything else. And because again, everybody's healthy and everything went smoothly, we have the greatest opportunity to let Rose and the calf dictate the timing of a lot of the things that we do. And we want to be very thoughtful of that.
What are some of the next learning experiences that this calf will go through?
Well, everything's new, and that's kind of fun to watch. So it's excited to see new things. But the next experience will be meeting the other girls a little bit more closely. So we've already had the girls around when the calf was born, and they've been able to see and visit through the mesh and those sorts of things, a little bit more controlled. And then hopefully soon we'll have something that's a little bit less controlled, where they can have firsthand contact with everybody. Rose is looking confident about it, so we're looking forward to that. And so the next thing is meeting her aunties. That's probably the next.
Is there anything you're keeping an eye on, being wintertime?
Temperatures.
Weather outside.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular with this one that you've noticed so far, or precautions you're going to take again relative to illnesses, viruses?
Yeah, so this facility is amazing, and we obviously control temperature in here. We monitor temperature 24/7. We have our FM, our maintenance people, and the people that do those things that monitor that and keep it where it needs to be. I don't have any concerns right now because she's healthy. We watch for how they develop. We watch for all the different metrics that, the pooping and the peeing and all that fun stuff to make sure they're happening as they should and everything's working fine. We do regular checks with her, regular checkups, and we're keeping close eyes on how this kid develops.
That expert, our doc.
Yeah. All right, let's take all your mics off.
Thank goodness. All good.
You can't hear.
Three.
Correct spelling your first and last name and your title, sir.
Carlos Sanchez, Carlos Sanchez. I'm the Director of Animal Health at the Oregon Zoo, and I've been here 6.5 years.
Well, Steve was kind of talking about the excitement. When was the last time a calf was born here with the elephant?
So it was 2012. So it's been 12 years since we have last calf. That was Lily. So we're very excited to have this calf. We don't know if it's a male or a female. We're all, wishfully thinking it's a female.
Carlos, can you explain a little bit about the health issue? There's a lot of concern because Lily died of a virus. What's different this time? What did you learn that you could perhaps prevent or know how to treat better?
Correct. So when we lost Lily back in November 2018, she died of EEHV. This is elephant endotheliotropic herpes virus hemorrhagic disease. So this is a disease that affects only elephants. All elephants have it, both in the wild and captivity or under human care, but we don't know why some elephants present the HD part, which is the hemorrhagic disease. All the elephants have at some point EEHV. Some of them get sick, some other ones get very sick, and a lot of these elephants die. We have a mortality rate of over 60%. So, but a lot has changed since November 2018. Not only for us, but the elephant community, and everybody is in the same page as to try to have 0 deaths for EEHV HD. So we are not only part of the EEHV advisory group, so we collaborate with other experts in order to try to help these elephants calve. So what has changed is first, the Oregon Zoo has created a partnership with Oregon State University, College of Veterinary Medicine Molecular Lab, to have a lab nearby. The only lab in the United States that commercially run these tests for different facilities is at the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. And something that happened with Lily back in 18 is one of the samples sent by FedEx got stuck in Memphis, their hub. And so we didn't have results for a day or two. And he's so keen to have results right away because this elephant literally can kill an elephant baby in 2 or 3 days. So we were behind the ball at the time. For us, it was key to create a lab nearby. And so for the past year, we have worked with OSU to create this partnership. And so we will have a lab where we can drive there and be there in less than 2 hours and have the samples and results the same day, no matter what the conditions are. That's a huge one for us. We also, because they're so close, we will be able to test more often and have results faster for any response. The other component that we learned was we needed to have a fully functional lab within the zoo able to read the elephant blood. So part of the management of EEHV is knowing the viral load. That's what the lab does either at National Zoo or OSU. The other one is, what is your elephant telling you with the blood? And at the time, we didn't have that expertise in-house, so we weren't doing the elephant blood samples in-house to evaluate what the elephant blood was telling us. Now, 6 years later, we have all our technicians are very, very comfortable reading elephant blood. And you just gotta keep in mind that elephant cells are very different from other mammals. So it's not just like reading a dog or a cat blood sample. It's very specific. It's an art and it's science. And our techs are so proficient that actually we train other techs to do that. So we're one of the very few labs with few zoos with an in-house lab that reads elephant blood. So now you start putting together the picture. We have an in-house lab, we have a nearby lab. We're going to be sending samples to National too because we all learn with these samples. And we have a much better response and screening time to respond in case we have something. Now, the other thing that we are hoping that's happened with this advisory group, there is a network of collaborators, and Houston Zoo and Baylor College of Medicine have developed a vaccine. And this is groundbreaking. The vaccine is still in experimental phase, but it is encouraging that at least there is a vaccine now. So by the time this calf is susceptible, because they are protected for the most part for the first year of age, is after year 1 that they are sensitive to to get HD. And that is, we're hoping that this vaccine is going to be available for elephant calves in a year, and then we will vaccinate our calf too. It's a long answer, but that's how we feel that we are much better prepared now.
Last question, for us. Any idea when this calf will be be on display for the public and all the excited people to come and check it out?
It's going to depend on the dynamics with the other elephants, and we want Rose to be very comfortable with the cat. That's why we haven't done a neonatal exam. We're keeping an eye on the calf. The keepers tell us it looks healthy, it's nursing. So that's why we haven't touched it and checked it. We think it's a female, but we want to be 100% sure, so we tell you exactly what it is. So once the keepers feel, there are good interactions with the other elephants and the bond is there, I'm sure that Hoba will keep you posted as to when we all can see and enjoy this little, elephant, and that has brought so much happiness to the staff.
Anything we didn't ask you think people should know about?
Well, I think this is an effort for all the community. When Lily died in 2018, we got so much support from the community, and I think this is an effort that reflects not only the hard work of the zoo, but all the community around us. We are all, as Portlanders, very proud of this elephant. There's a lot of work and preparation that goes into this from the community, Oregon Zoo Foundation, the Oregon Zoo, Metro, and every single person that visits us, and so we all should be very proud of it.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
The noises of the cows in
Well, she started talking. They walked out. They got somebody out. And then they started letting people go. What was happening was it's just they came out. And then they walked in. Okay, so then they started letting everybody out. And then they came back out.
Sorry, my friend. I did not mean